Hi, welcome to this live. I am really grateful to be spending some time with a dear friend on this special day. Hi, Kate. Thank you for joining. I am Sheila Botelho. I'm a self-care strategist, creator of the Season Self-Care app, and host of the Connect with Sheila Botelho podcast. And I wanted to come on here live today to talk about some really, really important things that sometimes hi, Jean, that we just don't think about in the day-to-day because we're just so heavy into the things that are on our priority list each day. And today's a special day. I'll share what that is in a moment. But my whole purpose in the work that I do as a self-care strategist is to help you go after your big, bold business dreams and enjoy the moment, enjoy the present moment, as well as taking care of yourself in the process. And it can be really challenging to do that because we have a lot of demands on our time. And if you are a business owner, if you're climbing the corporate ladder, if you have a family, if you're caring for elders, if you're dealing with difficult times in your life, these are things that can often fall by the wayside. And you may see behind me, I have not only the beautiful view of the lake, but also some really lovely tulips that I was blessed to be able to pick last night with my dear friend at, shout out to Task Tulip Farm. It was really beautiful. We were picking tulips and there was jazz playing in the background, which was really awesome. And so now I'm about to go on a beach walk, but I wanted to come on here live as I had promised. I'm doing this more often this month because I wanted to share something so important that relates to what I was just talking about, and that is living in the present moment. And while we're going after our dreams, it can be really challenging to do that because we're head down in our work. We're taking care of the details. But if you don't know this story, and you can definitely go back and take a listen to even the very first episode of the Connect with Sheila Botelho podcast, the trailer, and it shares really what got me into this work. And I've been in the wellness space for 31 years and the personal development space as well. And really with the joy of helping people improve their lifestyle, their well-being. And then I really shifted my work into self-care because I realized there was a huge need for people to be living their lives with that in mind. And what really was a catalyst for that for me was the loss of my sister that happened 11 years ago. And actually today is 11 years to the date that she passed. And she had a very brief diagnosis to end-of-life experience that I was very blessed to be able to walk alongside her with. And we had a great relationship. And I've shared more about that story. I believe I did an episode last year around this time going into detail about that. But so I'm not going to chat about that too much today, except to say, I'm missing my sister. And I'm with one of my soul sisters to remember her. And so Sweet Heather gave us a lot of inspiration with how we can live our lives, how we can be in the present moment, how we can be loving on people in every way, and how we can still be living out our dreams in whatever form. And so I want to invite you to think about your day-to-day. How does it look? Your dreams. Are you looking so far in advance that you're missing the present moment, that you may think you have all the time in the world to be able to really connect deeply with those people that you care about? Or are you just focused on chasing like the next thing, the next achievement? And I'm all for that, like go for it. But I really want to invite you also to think about how you can have the both and that is one foot in total joy and contentment for what you have, to the extent that you can. If you may be struggling right now, it might be hard to feel contented, but look for those things that are working in your life. Have one foot firmly set in gratitude and then another foot in the possibility of what's to come and what you hope for. Because while I am, really a big believer about having goals and, growing, because I believe it's what we were designed to do, right, is to never really just rest. If we're like those flowers, like these flowers just come every year, but if we're like a giant oak that was planted from an acorn and that grows bigger every year, it sheds its leaves, it reimagines itself every year, its canopy expands wider. We are I mean, we're humans, we're not trees, right? But we can actually move, we can do things. So I think that's so important. And while we're doing that, to really be present with what we're grateful for, what's working right now. Because as I was talking with my friend this morning, we can be so hyper-focused on those things that aren't working, the places we haven't gotten to yet, the things we haven't achieved yet, and we can beat ourselves up about them. And so if we are looking with gratitude to what is working, even if it's just like a sliver of a few things, because you might be going through a really challenging time right now, try and put some focus on that, put some love on that, because I really believe that what we focus on grows. And know that, there is a way for you to not go it alone. If there's anything that I am so grateful for, it is that through the different times in my life, that really celebratory, enjoyable, fun times, I've had people around me to enjoy those times with. And when I've had challenging times, like the decade of grief and loss from different things that have happened in my life, I've had incredible people there to support and guide me. And I hope the same for you. It takes time to cultivate that. It takes present moment awareness to spend time with each other and to actually get those things on the calendar, those times of spending like enjoyable moments that are not work related, that don't have a payoff on the end of it other than just enjoying each other. Getting those things on the calendar, like that's self-care. And it's building up your reserves for those times when you may have extra stress or things thrown at you that you're not expecting. So today, I guess, is really all about the present moment. How is your present moment right now? How are you feeling when you look at this? If you're watching this later on, I'd love to hear, please share in the comments, are you hyper-focused on the goals that you haven't hit? What are you celebrating right now? I'd love for you to share. It can be so simple. I'm celebrating, I woke up 10 minutes earlier and I stretched my body today. Or I'm celebrating because when I had this stressful thing happen at work or with a child or with a parent, I didn't lose my cool. That's something to celebrate. These are the everyday things, right? Or are you celebrating something that is a really big milestone, but you don't want to draw too much attention to it because, who are you to achieve such big things? Savor those moments, savor those celebrations. I'm all about it. And so celebrate it here in the comments because I'd love to celebrate you. Community is something, like I mentioned, has been so big for me. And it's something that I'm really focused on helping with others as well. And that is what the Seasons Collective is all about. And if you want more information about that, just type in Seasons in the comments and you'll get some details about a community that has been cultivating on my end in the Seasons Connect world. And certainly there are wonderful things you can be listening to on my podcast as well. You can go to the link in bio. You'll see details about how to access that. But for today, and as you head into the weekend, whether it's going to be super busy, whether it's going to be super chill, find some moments to celebrate what's going well for you. And that energy may be what can help carry you into your next phase of growth. Maybe help those around you as well to see possibilities for them as well. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you listening. And if you feel like this was something that was encouraging for you, that maybe a friend could benefit from, feel free to just hit forward, share it with a friend, tag them. And I'll be back next week. I'll be back Monday around the same time, 11:45 a.m. Eastern, to check in, see how you're doing, and let you know what is going on in the Seasons Connect world. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Big blessings.